to collect the ballot papers.
No surprises here, as 5 countries ran uncontested, giving Egypt, Senegal, Uruguay, Ukraine and Japan 2-year terms on the UN Security Council beginning January 1st. It would be Japan's 11th time serving on the council and comes as new laws enable the country to widen its military reach.
We'll be looking at our further involvement in the peacekeeping operations. But at the same time, our focus is also on how to enhance the capacity of the peacekeepers, particularly in Africa.
It would be Ukraine's 4th time on the council when Kiev is at odds with Moscow over the Ukraine crisis.
Let me put it this way. Of course, Russia is not really happy with Ukraine joining the Security Council.
These 5 countries will assume non-permanent membership, which means they will not have veto power like the 5 permanent members do. But that doesn't mean they won't change the dynamics of the Security Council. With Japan and Ukraine on board, eyes will be on how tensions will play out between Kiev and Moscow, as well as Tokyo and Beijing. Will sparks fly between Kiev and Moscow?
There could be, but Ukraine could decide to leverage its seat in the Council to negotiate quietly with Moscow on issues of deep concern to it and see what can be achieved amicably without having sparks fly.
What about Sino-Japanese relations?
On the law of the sea, Japan obviously stands with the U.S. and India against China on its land reclamation project. So on a lot of issues, whether it's South China Sea or DPRK, I think China and Japan will clash.
There are many other forums in which those 2 countries express themselves about any bilateral differences. So I think their preference probably would be not to import disagreements to the Council. But as I say, if they feel all else is failing, they might.
Thursday's elections also come amid growing calls to modernize and reform the Security Council, including extending veto-wielding membership to countries that are more influential today, instead of limiting power to the current 5 permanent members of the Council. Li Lingtan, CCTV, New York.